What's up, everybody? You weren't expecting it. It's a Why We Love Horror special edition. So many movies came out this week. We had to make room. I'm Maher. That's everyone. What's going
on? Yeah, I'm sick, bro. I'm excited for this review. It's absolutely exciting here as we're entering a new era of Why We Love Horror. Y2K We Love Horror, should I call it?
Yeah, it should be that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are releasing our final report on the Y2K computer problem.
Everyone's here.
We will experience no major national breakdown.
Someone's on the net. That's pimp as hell.
You've got mail. Breakdown. Y2K.
You've got mail. They made a video on everything. That's crazy.
Breakdown.
Ooh. They're combining or something. Oh, snap. Think they'll still do graduation?
Y2K.
Oh, fuck yeah. Y2K, baby. I gotta say, like, when I saw the trailer for this movie, I was like, "Oh, it looks pretty cool. I hope they hit all the notes." I mean, I for one, I'm a huge fan of Jaden Martell. I'm a huge fan of Julian Dennison. I like Kyle Mooney. There's a lot of Tim Heidecker's in this movie. There's a lot to like in this movie. Without even spoiling anything, the cast is, it's not the greatest cast I've ever assembled, but it's perfect for this movie, I think. What do you think?
No, I'm a huge Kyle Mooney fan. Brigsby Bear, great movie. And until I looked it up recently, realized I didn't direct that, but he did write it. Also starred in it. He plays a role in this movie that isn't the most creative role, but he absolutely nails it. And overall, I really like the cast of this movie, including the main cameo, which I did not know going in. Did you know the main cameo?
I did not know that going into this movie.
Yeah,
but
they do a good job of concealing that. But in case you couldn't tell,
yeah, there's would you believe it if I told you this is the second A24 movie released this year where Fred Durst shows up? Goddamn.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I'm not sure which one's the better performance. I saw the TV Glow obviously being the first, and now Y2K where he plays himself perfectly.
It is so
we're jumping all over the place with this too, but
huge props to Fred Durst, just swallowing his pride and embracing the fact that he's going to play a role that is a parody of himself, but somehow very accurate to how it would play out if he were to be put in this scenario.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And there's just the great little kind of meta references to how rock rap isn't taken seriously, and spoken through Denny, who's another great character in this movie. I really like most of the characters in this movie, which is the key with a movie like this, because I mean, I'll say right off the bat, the plot itself, the way the storytelling goes is not like how Scorsese would do Y2K. This is not a film. This is a fun movie where they are going to sacrifice a lot of the storytelling for jokes, for references. They're going to be obvious at points. They're not going to be subtle at other points. And this movie is made for, I would say, 34 to 49-year-olds. And guess what? John and I are 34 to 49. Yes, so this movie is made for us. If I miss Abby being here and she'll be back, but this movie, I'm not sure works for Abby. I think there is a cutoff point for this movie to truly work, and it's for, like I said, 34 to about 49, I would say. I think you can enjoy it outside of those. I don't see you loving it outside of those.
there's a lot of just like there's a lot of homage in this movie, and unlike the movie we talked about last week, where the homage was not welcome, all the homages in this movie, they even do an homage to freaking like Lord of the Rings in this movie, and it absolutely works. It like absolutely works. Every time they hit a note, every time there's a needle drop, every time they reference something, it doesn't feel forced. It feels actually like completely natural, which I like.
And can you explain the plot a little bit of this movie, since we didn't even do that?
Sure. I think, basically what happens is like, it's not just like, I think when we were growing up through Y2K, we just expected everything to shut down. However, in this case, Y2K does more than shut down. It becomes like the way Stephen King should have done Maximum Overdrive. This is basically, I don't want to say it's a remake of Maximum Overdrive, but it is definitely the plot to Maximum Overdrive, because all the machines become sentient, and like basically the Y2K bug is actually an actual like Trojan horse that like takes over all technology, and like throughout the internet basically allows anything that has electronics to basically conglomerize itself, and they turn into like hulking, like basically like what are they, Gundams, and they're like attacking people, which sounds stupid, but it works.
Yeah, and it's like the whole beginning of it. We have like the AIM instant messenger, like all the things that kind of you're gonna remember from living through that time period, and that would get old if it was the whole movie. So I am glad that, you know, kind of when things get turned on their head. The thing that surprises me is like how many of like the cool character or like interesting characters die when they die. It's like very surprising. Julian Dennison, you'll know from Wilder People, Hunt for the Wilder People, Deadpool 2. I've never been a big fan of him. In this movie, I thought he was fantastic. And it's like their little kind of faux super bad beginning with the two of them. It does work, and it's not being subtle with what it's trying to kind of homage there, but it's still its own thing in what it does. And when Julian Dennison's character dies, particularly, like I was very surprised. Like for one, it was interesting because they try to play a little serious, and it kind of doesn't work. I'll be honest. Like the times where they try to add a lot of heart to this movie, it doesn't quite work. And that's kind of one of maybe my slight critiques, but I didn't need the heart either. But I did appreciate the surprising, like, oh, he actually died there, because I didn't expect them to have the balls to do that there.
Right.
So, like,
especially after they were killing off all the stupid, shitty characters in like extremely funny ways. Like there's a dick in a blender. There's all kinds of great stuff in this movie. The douchebag character, what's his name? Eduardo Franco, who you'll recognize from Stranger Things and other places. He doesn't even get killed by the robots. He just tries to like grind on rollerblades, and he falls and hits his head and dies, which is fucking great.
So good. He's just, it's just so fun. Like that. Yeah. Mason Gooding's in this movie. Soccer
Kid Leroy.
Yeah, Soccer Chris. Like it's just like
dude, my name is just Chris.
Yeah, and the way he dies is amazing as well, just because like of the timing of it. You expect him to be in the movie a lot. And then Rachel Zegler, like I loved West Side Story, the remake, but like obviously this is a very different type of role. And like I feel like she really doesn't have any sort of like shame with her character in this movie, and it's her benefit as a character.
I agree with that 100%. No one's like too good for this movie. It's great.
Yeah. And it is a Maximum Overdrive remake. Like I wish, you know, I wouldn't be surprised. It'd be shocking if Kyle Mooney said it wasn't at least an influence for it. And you know, it doesn't make sense at points. It's like, why is this drill and Tamagotchi merging together? Like it's weird. And then like the like computer graphic at the end is straight out Lawnmower Man. I'm just like, wow, like
it is the Lawnmower Man, dude. It's basically him.
It is. It's the like, and I'm just like, okay, that's another Stephen King reference right there, just to let you know. There's just no way that this wasn't a Maximum Overdrive homage, which I love Maximum Overdrive too, but this is it rebooted in a way that's I think much better at the end of the day. And then Kyle Mooney as the stoner with white guy with dreadlocks, like that's been done before, yet for some reason it works here, and it's and it's just like that's most likely goes back to his Saturday Night Live kind of, you know, comedy muscle, so to speak. But like either way, like these are some things that for other people this is a definitely a mileage will vary type of movie. I will say that first and foremost. I can understand some people not feeling it as much as we do. But
I think it's a movie like you got to see. Like you got to see it. Like love it or hate it, watch this movie. It deserves your attention. It's fucking funny, especially if like you live through it. It's like there's like so many sight gags that like are great. Like when Eli and Danny are just hanging out in the room and the porn is just slowly loading on the computer in the background. I was like, that's fucking perfect. Are there some anachronisms? Yes. Like if you're gonna be a dick, you can pick this movie apart. But they get 95% of it right, and that's good enough for me.
Yeah, no, I agree, and that's very, very difficult to do. And we had just like a really great time. I feel like throughout this movie, and it's just an easy movie to kind of flip on at any point. And one of the things that kind of sticks in my head though about this movie is I'm kind of surprised it's an A24 movie because it honestly, and I mean this in a good way, is like a really, really good Blumhouse movie. Does that make sense?
This would be the best Blumhouse movie in recent history.
Correct. Yes. Sure. Yeah. It'd be a best since like Get Out or something. But like seriously,
it's like too funny to be a Blumhouse movie.
That's what I'm saying. It's like if a Blumhouse movie was actually good.
If it was meant, if they actually did a horror comedy and it was good, it would be this. But like, I mean, A24 has done some horror comedies, like they did like Life After Beth and Slice and a few other ones. This is probably out of the horror comedies they've done.
Yes, you're right.
The best, if not top 3.
Yeah. I guess their horror comedies have not been that great now. I think about it.
I mean, Bodies, I guess counts.
Yeah, Bodies would be most people's number one, I guess. But for me, this well surpasses it.
I would agree.
But yeah, we miss anything?
We left out a ton, but I'm doing that on purpose.
Well, of course. Of course. You're missing anything we want to bring up. Yes. We did not describe the whole movie in 12 minutes.
There's also, the porta potty scene. You'll know when you get there. Fantastic movie. But let's drop some ratings. You can go first.
I had a really good time with this movie. Another thing I appreciate about it is it does maintain its funny without trying to like top it by getting grosser and grosser. Even like in something like the porta potty scene, like you just mentioned, it triggered that for me. Yes, there is some gross moments within it, but it doesn't go like over the top and make you like disgusted with it. It doesn't need to do that. It's still trying to be funny first. And that's like what I appreciate throughout this movie is putting the joke first, and it works. So for me, I was super excited leaving this movie, and I'm still excited. And, it's a movie that to me is very, very solid. It's not quite going to get into my top 10 for the year, but it's a good showing. 4 videotapes out of 5 for me. I did leave it with a little bit of a 4.5, and just I slightly had to lower it for myself, but warts and all, it's still a really great movie. I'm excited to see it. What Kyle Mooney does next.
Yeah, I'm slightly higher. This might make my top 10. It's got a shot. We'll see how Nosferatu does. But 4.5 for me. I had a goddamn blast. Like is it the funniest movie I've ever seen? No. But like, are all the laughs like make me feel sentimental? 1000%. And that for an old dude like me, for somebody that lived through Fred Durst in real time, from humble beginnings, from humble beginnings to tragic ends. Actually, the Durst Assance is upon us. I'm waiting for Fred Durst's third A24 movie. Give it to us. I'm ready for it. I want him to be the lead in an A24 horror movie.
Yeah, or direct one.
Or direct one, yes. 4.5. Oh, and Wes Borland makes an appearance in this movie too. I forgot.
Oh, Wes Borland's so good in this movie. Yeah, you gotta have faith. You faith the faith. You have to.
The karaoke version of Faith is fantastic. I can't.
Yeah.
Just there's so much to like about this movie. And I think it even has rewatchability. So
I agree.
Go for that.
Yep.
Well, that'll do it for this special edition. Hey, there might be more special editions this week. Stay tuned. But there is Why We Love Horror coming up on Thursday, where we'll cover the movie that pushed this movie out of our number one spot, Getaways, coming up on Thursday. Monday, you already watched it. It was Versus. Friday, Why We Love Horror Trivia, Just the Clips Championship. Aaron's playing in that. Made it this far in the video, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Go to the Facebook group, Why We Love Horror. Follow us on Letterboxd to support us. Hey, you know what? The Why We Love Horror challenge, the second annual one, is up on Letterboxd. You can go to that website right there, join, make your list, clone it, let us know about it, talk about the movies you're watching. We are promoting the list hardcore this year.
Yes.
That's basically that. But again, until next time, I'm John Maher, and that's Aaron Brooks, and this has been Why We Love Horror.